Our judge is Mrs. Cindy Vogels from Greenwood Village, Colorado.
Yeah, and Cindy Vogels has a long history in this sport. She bred over 100 soft-coated Wheaten Terriers. She's also owned Welsh Terriers, Brittany's, Norfolks, Kerry Blues, and Greyhounds. And she's judged here 9 times, so she's a perennial favorite of Westminster Kennel Club. She's also judged best in show here.
Yeah, these small breeds can actually be found in every group, not just the toy group.
Afghan means monkey in German, and Pinscher means terrier. Thus, Affenpinscher means monkey dog. Small in structure and strong-willed, they are originally used to rid granaries and kitchens of small rodents. They are intelligent, acquisitive, neat but shaggy, with bold personalities. This is Affenpinscher, number 21.
Let's go through the camera, this first box, and back to me, please.
This will be Chester's last show. He will be done showing, retiring, and that's very common at Westminster, that this is the big finale. This is your big ending.
Well, for a strong finish.
Yeah, and he's won here before as well. I mean, this, even though this is his last show, he's done very well at Westminster in the past. And he's from a very famous kennel called Tamarin. And they bred some beautiful winners through the years.
The Beaver Terrier was developed in Germany in the 1980s. This whimsical toy breed is lighthearted, intelligent, and amusing. An elegant, long-haired dog with a breed signature ponytail, its fun-loving, childlike attitude makes them a devoted and loyal companion. This is Beaver Terrier, number 11.
And here we have Chad, who won his national specialty at 1 year of age. It's a very young dog to win that prestigious win. Each breed has a national specialty, which is a show where breeders are generally judging, and it's just that breed.
Yeah, and Gail, you might have noticed when she was examining the dog, she had the dog lifted up. And that's because this breed has very specific colors, so that was a very unique exam, and they have to look for pigment and color underneath that's required or is not allowed. So that's why she lifted the dog up like that.
The Brussels Griffon is named for the capital of Belgium, where it first developed. There are 2 coat varieties, the rough that is similar to most hard-coated terriers and smooth, like that found in the pug. These little dogs, popular here since the turn of the 20th century, are devoted and intelligent companions. This is Brussels Griffon, number 20.
Down to the first box and back to me, please.
Now, this is one of those breeds described as square.
Square, cobby, they're sturdily built. The Griffon is probably one of the few in the toy group that isn't necessarily described as elegant. They're a much more compact, sturdy dog.
They top out about
And around, please.
12 pounds. Excuse me. That's the normal weight.
And you know, that's really important to bring up because they have to be liftable and you can carry them around.
These glamorous little dogs were bred strictly as companions and historically known as Comforter Spaniels, favorites in the courts of English royalty. They are ideal, gentle family pets, bred to be sound as well as beautiful, happy, and eager to please. And they make perfect therapy dogs. This is Cavalier King Charles Spaniel, number 7.
Down to the first box.
Call named Chester and loves to surf. Gets on this boogie board in the pool and chases squirrels. Very active, very athletic.
And you know,
put them in the Olympics.
Chris, in the description of their temperaments, you are not allowed to reward a cavalier that isn't merry and happy. So you can see this dog wagging its tail, just depicting exactly what this breed should be. And that's why they love boogie boards all the time, too.
There's a smile.
Yeah.
The origin of the Chihuahua is a mystery, with guesses from Mexico to Egypt, Sudan, and Malta. It probably originated in Asia and came to Mexico in very ancient times. It is the smallest of purebred dogs, clever, gigantic in heart, and possessing terrier characteristics. 2 coat varieties, long and smooth, are recognized. This is long-coated Chihuahua, number 17.
The name Hot Rod, forgive me. NASCAR coverage Sunday at Darlington Racetrack on FS1, where you're enjoying the dog show live from Arthur Ashe.
Hot Rod, of course, has a very long resume of wins. He's number 1 long coat for many, many years. He won his national specialty. He's won at Westminster before.
And this is the smooth-coated Chihuahua, genetically the same breed. Legend has it that this diminutive dog was introduced into Europe as a result of the voyages of Christopher Columbus. This is smooth-coated Chihuahua, number 7.
And this is a breed, they're very popular, Chihuahuas, but you may not know that they were first entered at Westminster in 1879. So they've been around and part of the show world for a long, long time.
According to Hexco Academic Publishing, Chihuahua is one of the top 100 hardest words to spell. If I asked you to spell, would you be able to rattle that off?
I think Xolo Exquently is a little more difficult. I would put my money on that one instead.
Top 100, there's a few you'll hear throughout the next night or two.
Chinese Crested was admitted to the toy group in 1991. The breed dates back to at least the early 1500s. They appear to have come from China, although Spanish explorers found them in Mexico and South and Central America. The two types, the hairless and powder puff, are judged by the same breed standard. This is Chinese Crested, number 29.
So you'll notice this dog right away is very unique. It is one of the hairless breeds that we're going to see throughout the week here. And these dogs actually sweat through their pores like humans do, unlike other dogs that have to pant. So it's a very interesting trait that this breed has, because they're more human-like in their respiration and perspiration than any other dog, a golden retriever, anything like that.
And of course, the hair placement is, when it's not the powder puff, it's the hairless variety. It just love that. It's the head, the ankles, the tail.
Long favored by royalty, the English Toy Spaniel is nicknamed the Charlie after its most famous admirers, King Charles I and King Charles II. The English toy is a robust toy spaniel with a distinctive domed head. It has a devoted companion with a charming, merry, and affectionate demeanor. This is English Toy Spaniel, number 7, Blenheim and Prince Charles.
So we have these divided into two different varieties. You're going to see the other one soon. And the Blenheim is described as a red and white dog, whereas the Prince Charles, which you're seeing, is a tricolor dog with the tan, the black, and the white. So that's the explanation of the colors.
Born and bred in Hungary, came to the U.S. at 10 weeks.
Yes, Cooper's come from Hungary, and he's done very well, broken many records. He has 147 group wins at other dog shows.
The King Charles and Ruby variety. The original black and tan coloring was said to be a favorite of the King Charles I. The Ruby is a self-colored, rich mahogany red. The charming spaniel, temperament in a small package, and an excellent companion. This is English Toy Spaniel, number 15, King Charles and Ruby.
So here's another one of our spaniels. We saw the Cavalier King Charles Spaniel and then the English Toy Spaniels. And you'll notice very similar things about them, like the wagging tail. They have to be a merry little spaniel. And, they're really noted for their prized domed head, their strong jaw. They're really what's considered a head breed in a lot of ways.
They play well with children, so good family companions.
Very friendly dogs.
And great for city. If you live in a city, they're nice and compact, easy to pick up and take with you.
The Havanese is the national dog of Cuba. His high head carriage, top line rising slightly from withers to rump, rectangular body and plumed tail carried over the back make the Havanese outline unmistakable. The unique springy gait sets this breed apart from all other breeds. This is Havanese, number 7.
This is Clark. It's being handled by Tara Martin Rowell. One of his co-owners is Nancy Brown, who owned Flynn, the Best in Show winning Bichon Frise, Westminster winner.
Yeah, and it's interesting, when we talk about owners, some are breeders and some are just fanciers that love, when they come to a dog show, they fall in love with a breed and they want to help somebody give it a good career and show the dog. So, we need people like that are really supporters of our sport. Venus
Williams here at the National Tennis Center. A lot of great moments. Has a Havanese named Harold. And Havanese for more. Let's check in with Jamie Little.
Well, Chris, this is a perfect time for the best at-home contest. We already have a couple. Look at that. If you've been to a Mets game, you're familiar with Shay, the beautiful Labrador retriever named after the old stadium. And look at Kona, the French bulldog, watching the dogs on Westminster tonight. We're asking you, share a photo of your dog and use the hashtag #BestAtHomeContest for a chance to win an exclusive Westminster prize pack. The best submissions will be shared on social media for fans to vote on, determine who is best at home. Michael, back to you.
The Italian Greyhound is a greyhound in miniature. His original role was probably as a hunter of small game and a companion. He is luxury-loving and extremely affectionate, sometimes to the point of neediness. Yet being a true hound, he requires exercise and outdoor activities. This is Italian Greyhound, number 10.
So we saw the Greyhound earlier, and this is a miniature version. There's a slight difference. They call for a slightly different gait. They want a little lift in the front legs. So you might see that and say, well, maybe that didn't move like the Greyhound. Well, it shouldn't quite be the same. So, there's a lot of similarities, though, and this is a wonderful breed.
Another very old breed that's still here today because of the passionate preservation breeders who've kept the breed with us.
Ariana Grande and Matt Damon have owned Italian Greyhounds.
And Elvira here, she spends her time chasing gophers, believe it or not.
They are a gamey little dog. They like little vermin to chase around and have a good time with.
The aristocratic Japanese Chin is one of the oldest of all toy breeds. In 1853, Commodore Perry brought several back from his historic trip to Japan. By the end of the 19th century, they were popular at dog shows in this country. It is a true companion animal of antiquity, style, tradition, and class. This is Japanese Chin, number 10.
This is one of the breeds from the Orient, and you're going to see a lot of similar traits in some of these Oriental breeds. This dog, a Japanese Chin, has a beautiful head. Just look at that face coming. The eyes are so expressive, and they actually show a little white in their eyes to have a startled expression, and that's so important. So you would see that as it came at you.
His own cheering section over there.
Yeah, it's a very popular dog.
The Maltese have been known for at least 28 centuries, making it easily one of the older breeds. Throughout much of history, royalty and people of refinement have favored this little dog. They are gentle and affectionate. The sole purpose of this small dog with the long, white, silky, straight hair is to be a companion. This is Maltese, number 15.
This breed, I think we're going to see as it's... Oh, here we go.
There's a dog in there somewhere.
This is another pigment check. So they're looking at the pads because they should have black pads. So it's not a strange exam for this dog. They're used to it, and they want to see the pigment because you'll see that around the eyes as well, and it highlights the beauty of the breed.
And that combined with the head carriage and the attitude.
The beautiful white silky coat. That coat has to be silky. It should never be cottony or woolly. And you can see that draping beautifully over the body. It looks like silk.
Fitting the standard. That's part of the confirmation along with the competition that is continuing live on FS1 from the USTA Billie Jean King National Tennis Center. We'll continue more from the toy group, our second group of the night. You'll see the Pug, the Pekingese, and a lot more when we continue.
To everybody that be living it up, we say.
Well, the dogs are clearly having a ball here in Flushing Meadows, and so are we. I feel like they are in heaven. Well, the fun continues with the second half of the toy group momentarily. And with the Westminster Dog Show being held here at the USTA Billie Jean King National Tennis Center for the first time in its 147-year history, let's add a little perspective to that nearly century and a half we so often reference in passing. Among the entries listed in the first show, 2 staghounds, once owned by General George Custer. Our nation's second longest continuously held sporting event has been around longer than the U.S. Open, the Stanley Cup, and the modern Olympics. So how about that for perspective? We continue now with the toy group as we send it back to Chris Myers.
Yeah, and Jenny, this is the perfect location with Citi Field nearby, home of the Mets, the Aqueduct Racetrack, JFK, LaGuardia Airports, and St. John's University. A lot here and a lot of history as we continue live. Let's go back to our ring announcer, Michael Lefebvre.
The toy Manchester is a breed apart is a little over 150 years old. This is a toy variety of the Manchester Terrier, named like the larger version from Manchester, England. The toy came to the United States in the larger version and was an immediate hit with people of taste and discrimination. This is Toy Manchester Terrier, number 9.
Of course, we're going to see the standard size tomorrow, but here we have the toy, the smaller of the two.
And it's interesting, you know, we talked about those curvy dogs. The Manchester does have a rise over the loin, falling off at the tail. May not look similar to some of these flat-back dogs that we see. And this is another one in the toy group that you'll see these curvy curves to.
And the wedge-shaped head is unique in the toy group. They're one of the few in here with that head shape.
Correct.
The miniature pincher is distinctly not bred down version of the Doberman pincher, as so many people apparently believe. In fact, the toy is by far the older breed. Min Pins are alert, active, fearless, and naturally inquisitive. The Hackney gait, which is a high-stepping, free and easy gait, is correct for the breed. This is Miniature Pincher, number 8.
And how do they get them so small? Well, I won't go there, but they actually, despite being compact, have a big dog personality.
A lot of the toys breeds do have that big dog personality. They're fearless. They're just happy, want to be out in the world.
And Min Pins are very courageous, and they stand on their own. They don't need a lot of guidance from the handler.
Yeah, strong-willed is the way they've been described.
There you see that unique Hackney gait.
Yeah, like a cartoon.
Papillon is French for butterfly, and the ears of this elegant toy dog resemble wings. This breed was favored by the French monarchy in the 16 and 1700s. This Royal Spaniel comes in 2 varieties. The Papillon has erect ears, and the Féline, French for moth, has drop ears. This is Papillon, number 18.
That's a cool looking. Would you say among the most in this group trainable, along with maybe the toy poodle?
Well, you do see Papillon in many other dog sports. They excel in agility. One of our agility winners in the Masters Agility Championship was a Papillon, the 8-inch.
Gail, that's a great point, because in the Papillon Standard, lively appears not once, but many times. So they are a lively dog, and they have a lot of energy, and that's why they excel at agility.
The Pekingese has long been one of the most popular of all toy breeds. His tapering hindquarters, massive front end and mane earned him the name Lion Dog. The standard calls for an unhurried, dignified, and rolling gait, as you can see here. He dates to the 8th century in China, where he was considered sacred. This is Pekingese, number 11.
And you're seeing it right there, another unique examination process. They're picking up the Pekingese because they should be heavy in the front and light in the rear, and that's because of their pear shape. So when she picked that dog up, it was to feel the heft of the dog.
Among the owners of Pekingese through the years, Elizabeth Taylor, Marilyn Monroe. Looks like there's legs under there somewhere, right?
Yes, yes.
Okay.
Yes. And you know, the Pekingese is very athletic. They really are. And you know, David has this dog in beautiful coat, but they don't have to have that coat to be a pet at home. You know, he's doing this for the show. But
that's right. You can clip them back, and They're just so cute. You can take that coat off and you have a wonderful pet.
A Pomeranian is a Nordic Spitz breed that takes its name from the German province of Pomerania. They have been bred down from their original 20 to 30 pound herding and sled pulling ancestors to the 3 to 7 pound size today. These spirited and loyal dogs excel in the show ring, at companion events, and as therapy dogs. This is Pomeranian, number 43.
I mean, that is a unique look, but they come in all colors, patterns.
Well,
right?
it's good you
Variations.
picked up on that, Chris, because these are Spitz breeds, and you heard the announcer say a Spitz from the Spitz family, and that's characterized by a very unique compact shape, high set, small ears, and a very high tail set, and that's common amongst all the Spitz. So you'll see that kind of outline and shape in all the Spitz breeds that we'll see coming up.
I mean, very noticeable.
This is Watson, being shown by Michelle Jones. And, you know, I have to say, we all have our toy breed that we dream of having one day.
Is this one of yours?
Maybe.
I hope they're listening at home.
Congratulations.
Miniature and standard poodle, never in excess of 10 inches tall. The toy should have the same structure, intelligence, attitude, and beauty as the larger members of his family, and the same elegant style in grooming. This is Toy Poodle, number 8.
The first box back to me.
So we were talking about our international contingent. This dog comes over from England, from the famous Afterglow Kennels. They are breeders of some amazing dogs across many breeds, so they have a lot of talent.
And a follow-up.
And these are great apartment dwellers if you're looking.
And this is another breed that doesn't have to be kept in all that hair. The hair is practical. The trim is practical. The trim is used to protect it when it would go into the water, because they would go and retrieve in the water.
The pug almost certainly originated in China, next appearing in Japan and then Europe in the 16th century. He quickly became the darling of European nobility. Pugs combine cocky confidence with a friendly, sensitive, and sincere nature. They're especially good with children. This is Pug, number 29.
This is Teddy being shown by Susie Oliveira, and he's the number 1 pug right now. Number 10 toy in the country, so top dogs, and again, the very popular toy breed.
How would you describe that tail?
So it's a tail that's curled. They call for a tight curled tail, and it has to be high set on the back, and it has to stay on the back. It shouldn't be loose, or you don't want to see a lot of movement there other than the typical roll.
A favorite breed of the Russian aristocracy, the Russian toy is elegant, athletic, and cheerful. They are known for their playfulness and devotion as companion dogs. The breed can have a smooth or long coat and comes in 6 colors. This is Russian Toy, number 9.
I mean, that's a good look. Our director, Brian Lilly, making sure the crew showing you right into the eyes of this Russian toy.
Oh, they have such a great expression, and this is only the 2nd year for this breed. Last year was their 1st year at Westminster. And here we have Cash, who's number 2 in the breed right now. One is national specialty. It's great. But as I was saying, Jason, there are certain breeds in the toy group. I've never owned a toy. You have owned many toys.
Yes.
I have not. So I'm still trying to decide which one's in my future.
The Shih Tzu was originally developed in China's imperial courts by crossing ancient Chinese and Tibetan breeds. Later, the Shih Tzu was flourished in England and has now become popular in the States. While a show dog wears a long flowing coat, family pets look charming and are easier to maintain with a variety of short clips. This is Shih Tzu, number 15.
So obviously we've heard before, this is one of our bigger winning dogs in the toy group, a number 1 toy dog currently at the time. And you know, this dog exemplifies what a Shih Tzu should be, with its long flowing double coat. It's a little different coat than the Maltese, a little thicker coated because it is double coated. And you see the chrysanthemum head, the big eyes, and they have a top knot on top too, which just sets off the whole expression of the dog.
And this dog, Comet, is the one that Jamie interviewed. Well, not the dog and owner, the handler earlier.
A Silky Terrier is a toy with the heart of a terrier. The breed originated in Australia and is said to be a cross between the Australian Terrier and the Yorkshire Terrier. The breed was first shown in Australia in 1907, but not in the United States until the early 1950s. This is Silky Terrier, number 11.
And the Silky, with that blue-gray coat and the tan, sometimes can be confused with the Yorkshire Terrier, but it's a very different breed. If you had them side by side, you would see the differences in head and body.
Yeah, the color of the coat is considerably lighter, like you said, and they can be pigeon blue, slate blue, and then you want to see the rich tan as well.
And they, although they adapt to any living condition, they prefer indoors.
The Toy Fox Terrier joined the AKC Toy Group in 2003. Bred down from Smooth Fox Terriers, the Toy Fox combines the spirited terrier attitude with the typical affectionate personality of a toy dog. These are fun-loving little dogs that love human companionship and make a great show dogs, agility dogs, or wonderful pets. This is Toy Fox Terrier, number 14.
You know, we talk about the purpose of breeding dogs and improving the progeny so that their purposes can be fulfilled. This little sweetheart just had a litter of puppies not too long ago, so she's doing double duty actually, and she looks great for just having a litter not too long ago.
She has bounced back, and all the moms out there know what that's about. She looks fabulous. And, you know, Toy Fox Terriers are fast and smart, so they're great in agility and other sports.
The Yorkshire Terrier traces its roots to the Terriers of Scotland and Northern England. Yorkies are a distinct breed by 1870 and the first shown in 1877 at Westminster. Today's Yorkie retains the hallmark of the breed, an ideal dark blue silk body with a high head carriage and a shaded golden tan, and of course the self-importance of a toy terrier. This is Yorkshire Terrier, number 15.
And here we have Pharrell being shown by Diane Arite, who is the wife of Luke, who was showing the Shih Tzu that we just saw. So here we have a husband-wife duo battling it out here in the toy group.
Husband-wife battling it out, not all that uncommon, but coming together here for a dog show spectacular event as we are live on FS1.
And this is Pharrell's last show. He's retiring, making a big ending here.
A strong finish to a career at the first time it's being held here at the USTA Billie Jean King National Tennis Center. Our judge, as we pointed out, Mrs. Cindy Vogels.
Smooth coat 12, please. English Toy Spaniel. The IG, the chin. Pig, please. And the Shih Tzu. Thank you very much.
Ms. Vogels chose to make a shortcut today, really narrowing it down, but you know, it lets her focus.
In front of the pig.
So she's moving the dogs around in order because the Pekingese is a slower moving breed, and she wants to give both dogs the correct space.
Take this group one time around together. Stop back where you are, please.
I gotta say that little guy's
is a proud little.
You like the Chihuahua.
They call him saucy for a reason.
Yeah, right. I mean, he's owning it there. I mean, it's like he's like leading the pack, and he's.
Isn't that
smallest,
great?
yeah.
This huge arena.
It's really cool.
He's not intimidated at all.
She has a hard choice ahead of her here.
But a fun one. I think she's having a good time out there.
The Pekingese, please.
Pekingese, the winningest of the toy group, winningest breed.
Shih Tzu.
Shih Tzu.
English Toy Spaniel. And the chin, please.
That's a beautiful selection of dogs.
The Pekingese is first, the Shih Tzu is second, English Star Spaniel is third, and the Chin is fourth.
27 group wins now for the Pekingese.
David Fitzpatrick and Rummy.
I think David's been responsible for quite a few of those group wins through the years, I must say.
Left out the little guy, but there's some choices there and a good call.
Thank you.
Good job, David.
The Westminster Kennel Club Dog Show is sponsored by Cosequin Joint Health Supplements. Support your dog's joint health with Cosequin. To the ring, and Jamie Little.
And you did it again, David. We talked just a little while ago. You've been here. You've been through it before. Tell me about Rummy and how he just performed here.
He performed great. He moves so beautiful, true to Pekingese type. Lots of carriage, presence, everything you'd want here.
He's very happy. What do you do now between now and tomorrow night?
Get some rest, give him a good meal. Let him, get keyed up for tomorrow.
All right, he'll get keyed up. Best of luck to you tomorrow night.
Thank you very much.
All right, Jenny.
Jamie, congratulations again to Rummy the Pekingese, and David, a Pekingese winner again. Don't worry, the non-sporting group is on the clock.